Hey folks, well, we're back with my playthrough of Star Control 2, the Quan Masters. When we left off, we'd been exploring for Rainbow Worlds, gotten our ass kicked a bit by the Quan, lost a bunch of Or's ships, found a bunch of Rainbow Worlds, done a bunch of mining, and have now encountered the Thredash. Oh, we talked to the Utwig also, the very, very depressed, weird aliens. We're running to the Thredash, who are explaining their amazing cultures. Culture 19 and its history. We fought one in the last part. We're going to have to probably fight our way through more of them. I unfortunately was unable to avoid running into a clump of them in hyperspace, so we'll probably have to fight our way through all of these, which is going to be annoying, but quite doable. At least the Thredash are funny.
Oh, what a laugh! You are the least battle-worthy creature I've ever seen commanding a starship. We are the Quan fighting slaves of Culture 19. Please don't run away. We wish to be your species' new role models. Unfortunately, to do this, we may blast you into your component atoms.
What is Mage's Way? Why are you so brutal?
Brutal? You don't know the meaning of brutal until you heard the story of Culture 3. How brutal was Culture 3, you ask? Culture 3 was so brutal that they maimed, tortured, enslaved, and in general brutalized themselves. You see, Culture 2 had made a virtue of stoic resistance to pain, stubborn fortitude, that sort of thing. So when Culture 3 came around, they had a problem. How were they going to impress everyone as being even tougher? Their answer? They would arrive at a battle, stand on a tall hill where everyone could see them, and chop off one of their own limbs. Then they'd wave it around, screaming and shaking it at their enemies. It worked. It scared the hell out of their opponents. They ran like crazy. You could tell who was a real war hero back then by how few arms or legs he had left. War parade were quite different too. Instead of sturdy old warriors walking slowly past their reviewing stands, they tended to roll, and at a good clip too. To you, an inferior alien, this may seem bluntly stupid, the product of a sick, primitive society. You couldn't be more right. Culture 3 was, as you can well understand, only the third Thredash culture, and was therefore far from the tempered perfection you have encountered here and now.
What more does he tell about Culture 19?
What? More talk? It amazes me that you ever got out of the orbit of your home planet. Yak, yak, yak. Yammer, yammer, yammer. Very well, we will talk for a moment. Our Culture 19 is the most formidable ever to appear in Thredash space. Admittedly, we said something similar about Culture 18, but it is true. With our rather swift defeat by the Quan and subsequent enslavement, we realized that it was time for a change. A new culture had to be established. So of course, we began a thermonuclear exchange to decide who would lead this new culture. We were all quite disappointed when the Quan in orbit above our homeworld launched waves of fighters who intercepted all our missiles. The Quan explained that slaves were not permitted to engage in such destructive conflicts. So my people, being superior, introduced a super lethal poison into our opponent's water and air, thus ending the conflict. The Quan were not particularly happy about this resolution, and killed all our leaders, which, under other circumstances, would have started a larger inter-Thredash war. But the Quan appointed new leaders, apparently chosen at random, and explained that further disobedience would result in the destruction of our species. Frustrating, huh?
Alright, well, we'll be going now.
Then I guess we'll just be attacking you now.
Well, fine. I'll have to blow you up. Needless to say, I'm not very impressed by these guys. Their ships are actually pretty good, but the computer's really bad with them. And there's some things they just have no hope against.
Attention, weak, ugly humans aboard that wallowing garbage scow of a ship. Unless you are even more inferior than we believe. And that's hard to imagine. You already know who we are. The Thradash of Culture 19. We are the original Urquan fighting slaves, the cream of their elite forces, your instructors in the harsh realities of life. It is time for your next lesson.
Alright, what's your relationship with Quan?
A foolish question. We are their slaves, dope. What else would we be? When the Urquan first appeared in our space, over 50 years ago, coming from the direction of the Ophiuchi stars, we attacked them with gusto, zipping in to fire our Mark 6 blasters, and then theoretically zipping back out to prepare for another attack run. Unfortunately, before we could zip out, our ships were either blasted to smithereens by the Urquan's fusion bolts, or were picked apart by the swarms of Urquan fighter vessels. You may wonder why we didn't use our afterburners to escape. The answer is simple. 50 years ago, our ships had not yet been modified for this enhancement. It was not until 2143 that maintenance engineer Rion invented the afterburner effect. When he accidentally stuck his cigar in the aft fuel valve of the ship he was working on. Waboom! The ship took off like a barn out of hell, and Rion was fried to a crisp. Yes, we remember Rion with much fondness. Of course, we have refined the device, and now that our entire fleet has been fitted with the Rion afterburners, perhaps now the Urquan will let us fight at their side as true battle thralls.
Well, I guess we'll just be going now.
Then I guess we'll just be attacking you now.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Inferior aliens. You have once again intruded upon the territory of the Thradash. This is a patrolled region of space. Your presence here is considered an act of war. How wonderful!
Why didn't you fight against the Alliance? Where are the Urquan?
We wanted to. Oh, how we wanted to! After all, we were the first battle thralls the Urquan enslaved in this part of space. We thought we had priority, but the Urquan thought we were too weak to hold our own in the upcoming battles, so they left us here to guard the planet. It only we had been stronger and less troublesome. Another reason the Urquan wouldn't take us with them was because we kept picking fights with the new battle slaves. Like the Umbablabis or those religious idiots, the Ilrad. Where did they go, you ask? This is a secret, of course. We can't tell you. If we told you that they were fighting a secret war against a mysterious invader, you might find some way to use that information against our masters. So forget it. No secrets.
I got an idea. Why don't you go impress the Urquan Masters and shuffle your Afterburner's modification by tanking the Urquan's enemy?
What foolish stupidity! Why, that's as dumb an idea as... What did you say? Attack the Urquan's enemy? Help them win their war? Why, that's an excellent idea. I'm glad I thought of it. We shall marshal our forces and leave at once. Stupid, human, pitiful, weakling dog. You have been helpful. So as a reward, you may leave alive. And when we return from our glorious campaign, we may even honor you with a retelling of the many great battles we shall certainly win. Until then, get lost. The Urquan will be mightily impressed by our combat prowess when we blast their enemies from space. We build up a charging fury. Stay out of our path. Then I guess we'll just be attacking you now.
Oh, well. I was hoping I could get out of the fights from here with that, but whatever. Soon we'll be done with this, though.
Perhaps humans can fight after all. If our reports are accurate, we will test this hypothesis in the laboratory of life. In glorious battle, your puny, inadequate weaponry is no match for the Gladash Mark 6 blaster with its 4 megawatt energy discharge. Nor can your slow, bloated tubs compare to our flash turbo-boosted warships. We have nothing to fear. Our individual skills, our superior fighting ships, and our objectively correct political views are sure to greatly impress our Urquan masters. To arms! To arms! Then I guess we'll just be attacking you now.
Yep. And we'll fight them here. He hit me. Alright. Beta POTUS is where we're headed. I think. Yep. Alright, which planet is this? We're going to Beta POTUS 2. Alright. Erk. Alright. I can explore more here, but I've got other things I want to do. Alright, so we were just at... We're just here. The next one should be... Epsilon Lippy. Which is... there, so we have to duck into Quan space briefly. Hopefully we can avoid combat. My fleet's somewhat beat up. Traveling through hyperspace. I do like this music. Fuck! I thought we were gonna get around that one. This is going to be a pain in the butt. You know what? We're going to just kind of warp out. Did not want to fight that fight if I could avoid it. Fortunately, we're faster in hyperspace. Didn't feel like talking to them there. We're actually almost out of cargo space. Yeah, we're just about full up on cargo. Like, literally full. Alright, so notice the third ash have come here into Urquan space. Alright, we're heading for Beta Liporis, which is... this way to do this. Rather than have to rotate around to get to the thing. Hopefully we can avoid combat here. I'm gonna have to be more on my toes so I can avoid that because, as I said, my fleet is beat up. And I'm not really... I don't have quite the ships I want. Part of it is I don't have any Utwig right now. Ludwig, Alright. We are making progress. Hopefully get the hell out of here before... Oh, I'm running low on fuel, I just noticed.
Look out! Boy, what a close call. Captain, why did you try to run down that Keel Varese vessel? You almost smashed it into flinders. What? You didn't see it? Surely you... Oh, never mind. Now, what can we do for you today?
We have stuff we'd like to sell.
What would you like to sell, Captain?
Rainbow World locations.
Your ship's log indicates that you discovered the whereabouts of 6 of the Rainbow Worlds, which so fascinate us. In exchange, we will give you 3,000 credits. What would you like to sell, Captain?
Data on my own
The
landforms.
111 units of biological data we downloaded from your ship earn you 222 credits.
That makes
What trade
purchases.
items would you like to buy today?
Fill her
How
up.
much fuel do you wish to purchase? Fuel transferred to your vessel.
Tech.
The technology we are now offering is plans for building Hellbore cannons, a weapon much more destructive than a simple blaster.
Yes.
Captain, just a suggestion. Hellbore cannons are energy gulpers, so unless you want to have a long delay between shots, I would suggest you add dynamos or even Shiva furnaces to your ship. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to develop Shiva furnace modules, which generate energy for your combat batteries twice as fast as your standard dynamos.
I would like to buy this technology.
I am certain you will appreciate this new module, Captain. With it, you should be able to destroy and devastate twice as fast as before. Commander, that is the limit of the new technology we can offer you. If I may say so, you have been an excellent customer. Thank you.
All right. Well, we have half the amount of technology. Time for info.
As you know, in our many centuries of star trading, we Melnorme have come to learn much about what happens in our galaxy, both now and in the ancient past. We have also kept records on the diverse alien races in your region of space. We will share this crucial knowledge with you for a fee of 75 credits per informative fact. No refunds.
All right. Current events.
While you probably believe that the Shofixti are extinct, having caused their sun to flare with a device identical to the Utwig super bomb, the truth is not so simple. There yet exists a chance to resuscitate this meta-marsupial species, though it will not be easy. The problem at hand seems simple. Bring together two Shofixti of different sexes, and the carnal gymnastics proceed. Given the short gestation and maturation time of the Shofixti, you will have thousands of the creatures in 10 years and millions in 20. Finding a male of the species is easier than fluff. Simply visit the Shofixti's blasted star system at Delta Gorno. Captain Tanaka, or its sibling, Katana, shall greet you on your arrival. A warning. These warriors are old and fly in barely functional ships. If they mistakenly identify you as the enemy, do not return fire. Retreat and try to talk with them on their own level. The females of the species will be more difficult to obtain. The only supply of such remaining in the galaxy is at Alpha Cherenkov 1, included as part of General Zex's bizarre and beloved menagerie. Fortunately for you, Captain, Zex is considered, well, perverse by his fellow bucks. This is because Zex actually enjoys the presence of human beings. To acquire the Shofixti females, you will have to appease Zex, or kill him.
Okay, let's buy a little bit more information. I'm not going to spend too long doing information right now.
Dear Quan are presently at war with a race called the Korra. They are fighting within a large spherical region of space, centered around the Craterus star group. Although it is probably too early to tell, it would appear that the Korra are winning. No doubt you are familiar with an alien race called the Umga, who live in the Orion's constellation. While they are renowned for their potent and often cruel sense of humor, they have outdone themselves in recent years. Specifically, they have used an unusual hyperwave caster to impersonate the Ilrat gods Dogar and Kazan. When the Ilrat began tuning in to the voices of their gods on their hyperwave receivers, the priest caste was understandably skeptical and counseled their many followers to ignore the blasphemous signals. However, in a surprise move, the majority of the Ilrad then rose up and slaughtered the entire priest caste. The reasons for this ghastly move included overtaxation, lack of quality depth in ceremony, and The general feeling that the priests had made Dogar and Kazon's pronouncements overly complex.
Oh dear. Let's find a little more info.
As you know, there are weaknesses in the division between dimensions. For example, your vessel uses such weaknesses to enter hyperspace. However, there are other weak spots in the galaxy which lead to yet different dimensions. One such portal exists nearby, between the Chandrasekhar and Kolam Bay constellations. The portal opens only a short time each month, starting on the 17th. Since we have never entered the portal, we can give no more information on this subject.
Alright.
As you are probably aware, Quan starships, you call them dreadnoughts, I believe, possess effective self-annihilation circuits, which prevent other races from reverse engineering Quan technological secrets. However, we have become aware of a shipwrecked dreadnought, which has remained largely intact. You will find the remains of the ship on the surface of a blue world orbiting Alpha Pavonis. We suspect you will find at least one item of interest there, possibly two. You may have noticed the presence of an increasingly large number of red
We've dealt with
probe
it. We know it's your
vessels,
fault.
which move with great speed and attack relentlessly. We are sorry to say that this is our catalog item 2418B. Do not blame us. We are not responsible for this violent folly. The product is not being used in a correct manner. Should you wish to confront the actual wrongdoers, we suggest you search the planets in Beta Corvi for the probe's owners. Not more than 50 years ago,
Run
the
through.
Druge were informed by the now extinct
Heard of this thing.
Perdixies race of a powerful alien nation called the Utwig. The Utwig, the Perdixies explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb, which they had found on one of their worlds. Zeta Hyades 6b, I think it was. The Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetarium tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own. Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their sphere of influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagest, and the Persei stars. They made a special trip on this occasion to the Aquarii constellation, where they made contact with the Utwig. There is a device commonly known as the Ultron. Is it now in your possession? Ah, I see.
Not yet.
The Druge sold this device to the Utwig, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically. The Utwig, I'm sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ultron immediately. Fortunately for us all, the Utwig did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave them a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
More current events.
The Earthwing, who live in the Aquarii constellation, have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Holtron sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence, they are morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Urquan. If you wish to gain them as allies, we recommend that you acquire the broken Ultron, as if it ever worked, and find some suitable replacement parts. Our information indicates that you could find these items in 3 different places. A rosy sphere at the Druge Trade World, an aqua helix somewhere in Fradash space, and a clear spindle, which is currently in the possession of the Peacock. Captain, that was the last current event we have for sale.
Excellent. I'm done buying information for now. We will do more of that later.
What would you like to buy? It has been a pleasure dealing with you, Captain. We look forward to your next visit.
All right. This is the last of the Rainbow Worlds. Hooray. Oh, they have biologicals. Sweet. Excellent. Okay, we're full up. Let's see if I've got anything on my manifest that's not better than radioactive. I probably do. Alright, there's a manual manifest cargo. Yeah, we can get rid of some of the... I'll jettison some of the precious metals for... Let's get ourselves up to about 100 free space. Oh, we don't have much space left. Alright. Well, we'll grab what we can and go. That was close. Alright, well, we're done. Alright. Well, while we're here... Let's sort of go up in here. Let's go up to here. Somewhere in here. We're in this part of space. We might as well, while we're up here, go talk to somebody else. And after we do that, we'll go back home, offload our minerals.
Greetings, fellow carbon creatures. May your roots always be well watered.
I'm Captain Peterson from Earth. We come in peace.
I am Captain Ala Lala. We come in peace.
Our starship is called the Vindicator.
Our starship is called the Tender Shoot.
We are from the United Federation of Worlds. We're the United Federation of Worlds from Earth.
We are the Supox Utricularia from Earth.
Are you just copying everything they say?
Oh, yes. We apologize for the confusion. Our home world is also called Earth, or more properly, Lek, which means perfectly good and nutritious dirt. Earth is pretty close, is it not?
Honestly, it is. That's actually yeah, sure. That's good a term as any.
We learn and we adapt. We are symbionts. Our first step in making friends is always to copy them. This is our idiom.
That's why they copy our speech and mannerisms. Please tell us more.
Our kind evolved on a beautiful planet, orbiting the wonderfully green-hued star Roots. From the canopy of the great jungle to the shores of the azure seas, our species has flowered and grown well. Early in our evolution, we adapted to exist in symbiosis with other hardier life, both flora and fauna, who supplied us with nutrients, while we supplied them with reproductive assistance.
Science can be told our top scientists in science fiction writers have proven it.
Yes, this has been confirmed by our people as well. Strange, is it not? Many of our people regard this inconsistency as proof of our divine origin.
Aha, well, are the Utwig friends of yours?
Oh, yes. We have a strong cultural bond with the Utwig. They have been the foundation around which we have grown our starfaring culture. We are not only allies, but we are also friends. You should go meet with them. They could use some excitement. You see, they are a little depressed and morose right now. Usually they are most festive and fun.
What caused them such distress?
They broke their Ultron.
Okay, what is that?
The Druge, the cruel, sallow trading race who sold the device to the Utwig, called the device the Ultron, and claimed that it would give the Utwig superpowers. Unfortunately, the Utwig believed the Druge and bought the Ultron. However, the device did make the Utwig very happy. Of course, we didn't tell them what we really thought of the Ultron. That they were vapid fools to buy a piece of junk for a planet's ransom. We went along with the falsehood, and in doing so showed our own stupidity. Then, one sad day a few years ago, the Utwig Proctor dropped the Ultron during a particularly energetic and festive ritual. Now the Utwig are morose and depressed. They feel they cannot ever achieve greatness because they lost the powers of the Ultron. They even gave the broken device to us, saying that they couldn't stand the sight of it anymore. We are worried that the Utwig are so depressed that they may use their ultimate weapon. Here, you take the Ultron. Maybe you can do something with it.
Thanks. I think.
We thought that if we could get the Ultron working again, it would cheer them up. So, we tried to figure out how to fix the darn thing, or at least get some of the flashing bits working again. But for all the Druge's falsehoods, the Ultron is some kind of artifact, and we could not synthesize the necessary replacement parts. Perhaps on your journeys, you will find the elements necessary to repair the Ultron. Then you could give it to the Utwig, and maybe they wouldn't be so depressed.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's go home. Also, game. Save game. I want to save the game here for a second. Also, I want to point out that Thradesh, little sphere of influence, moved into here to Korra territory, shrunk, and are now flying back. Because they went in, attacked the Korra, and got their asses kicked. Alright, now, I wanted to... Let's save the game here again. I want to check something here. What happens if I use the Umga caster in here? I'm curious. Nope, just can't use it. Okay. Nothing bad happens. Alright, we're going home to Earth now.
I am at your disposal, Captain.
Offloading minerals.
Captain, you are to be commended. Keep up the good work.
Analyze whatever requires since my last visit.
The analysis reads as follows. Subject, Ultron device. We put this thing through every test we've got and came up with the same results as if we used a fork. Nothing, zero, zip. This thing ever functioned, which we doubt, it certainly won't now. Age and physical stress have long since robbed it of whatever mystical powers it might have once had. Summary, in the future, please don't waste our valuable time on junk like the so-called Ultron. That's the end of our scientist report.
All right.
We shall await your return, Captain.
And that's going to wrap up this part of my playthrough. We'll be, after this, we're actually beginning to start moving into the actual sort of end game now. Next time, I'm going to fiddle with my ship a bit more. Also, I'm going to take advantage of a remarkably efficient way to make money, make resource units. And after that, we're going to start talking to important people. Actually, we may try to resurrect the Shofixi next time. I think that might be my plan. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. So, thanks for watching, everybody. See you guys soon.